Hey, this is Eric with Low VA Rates. It's another Red Friday. We wear red here at Low VA Rates every Friday, and as a reminder, we invite you, our followers, fans, customers, and friends, wear red on Friday. Not only does it look good on most people, but it's an outward expression of how we feel inside here at Low VA Rates. Red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed, R-E-D. If you wear red on Friday, maybe most of the world will have no clue why you chose to wear red. They'll just think, hey, you look pretty good. But you'll know inside you support the troops. You want them to come home safe. And frankly, we wear them even for those that are already home safe as a way to thank them for their service. So please wear red. Today we're going to talk about VA loans and something called the power of attorney. So if this is a new term to you, power of attorney, essentially, and I'm not a lawyer, okay? Do not interpret anything that I'm going to tell you today as legal advice. But an attorney or a title company generally will help you put together your power of attorney. Now, if you're on active duty or you're currently serving in the military, your JAG officer can help you with this. You can go to the base. You can get a power of attorney done up there also. Let's talk about what in general terms, what a power of attorney is. It's basically a contract where you can legally grant somebody the authority to act in your name, carry out certain transactions. Now, there are two types of powers of attorney. There is the general power of attorney, and this is the one that most of us are familiar with. And then there is the specific power of attorney. Okay, and when you're doing a VA loan, whether you're buying a home or refinancing, either a general or specific power of attorney can be used. But there are certain situations and circumstances where one is preferred over the other. Let's first talk about the general power of attorney. Just as the name suggests, it's general in terms, meaning it doesn't get super specific on what your authority or power as the one receiving the power of attorney is. For example, with a general power of attorney, you can usually pay bills, perhaps you can sign certain general contracts. You can do pretty much anything that would happen throughout a normal day, through normal life. Okay? However, you can't normally purchase real estate or refinance a mortgage with a general power of attorney. There are a couple of occasions when you can. If you're going to deal with VA loans, okay, and that's what we're talking about today, you're going to want, in most cases, the specific power of attorney. And it's specific to, I'm holding the cap in my hand, 5 things. Looked like I was going to say 4, but there's actually 5 bullet points that we're going to talk about with a specific power of attorney. One is the purpose. For what purpose are you granting someone the right to act in your name? Property, okay? What property or address are you giving them the authority to transact business or negotiate with? Price, okay? That would be in the case of a refinance or a purchase. What is the loan amount or the purchase price? Okay, those are the 3 P's. Then you've got occupancy. We'll talk about that in a second. And ultimately, number 5, entitlement. So on a generic power of attorney, it's not going to go into specifics about purpose, property, price, occupancy, entitlement, because it's not for a real estate transaction specifically. It's in general terms. Let's quickly go back to general. The only time you can use a general power of attorney for a real estate transaction is if you, the veteran, the one who gave perhaps your spouse or someone your power of attorney, if you, the veteran, number 1, signed the application, also known as the 1003 in the mortgage world, if you signed the application or the 1003, then that's showing that you were familiar with the terms of the transaction. You knew what was going on, and so if your signature, your handiwork is all over the 1003 loan application, then a general power of attorney will work. When would that happen? Well, you start the loan process, then you deploy. And before you close your loan, you were able to sign the loan application. Your power of attorney could then be general. The second situation in which a general power of attorney could be used is if you can sign the closing paperwork. So maybe you weren't there during the initial part of the transaction. Your spouse or brother or sister, they went out and they started the transaction while you were overseas or you were out of the state or wherever it is that you were that you had to grant the power of attorney. But you would be back by the time the loan actually closed. Once again, what the VA and the lender need to determine is that, boom, you are familiar with all of this. So the safest bet, if you want your power of attorney to authorize the negotiation of purchase or refinance of your home or your mortgage, then you need to prepare a specific power of attorney before you go out of town or before you deploy. In there, you're going to describe the purpose of the power of attorney to refinance my mortgage or to buy my house. You get the point. List the property address so that the transaction is only carried out on the property that you intend it to be carried out on. The price, we already talked about that, your loan amount. You wouldn't want somebody going out and taking maybe a $100,000 mortgage that you have and refinancing it to $400,000 and walking with $300,000 cash that you didn't give them permission to do. So you need to detail your price. Occupancy, you need to indicate that you are going to occupy the property that you're buying or refinancing. VA loans require that you occupy the property, or at least intend to occupy the property when you're acquiring it, and ultimately that you are aware that you will be using some or all of your entitlement on the purchase of this home or the refinance. So, I've probably been a little bit more long-winded than most people wanted me to be when talking about powers of attorney, but believe it or not, in the military where people PCS so often, or they are called to a place where it's not easy to get in front of a notary and carry out their closing, powers of attorney come up often. So, I'm going to close here in just a moment. Are there any questions regarding the power of attorney? I'm being told by staff members in here that so far no questions. So think about one here if you can. If not, you can also reach out to Low VA Rates. We have helped draft many powers of attorney. You may want to get it finalized and verified by someone with some title or some legal background. But we have templates and we have the ability to make sure all of these things that are going to be required are disclosed in your power of attorney. So reach out to us. We can help you. This is Eric with Low VA Rates, and we'll see you next week, same time.